Hey, what's up, everyone? My name is Jeff, and today we're going to have some fun playing some Sarulf Midrange. So this card is actually pretty powerful in the format right now, I realize, especially with the meta as it is. This is super powerful. I played up against another deck that was playing something similar to this. They were playing a green, black, and blue version, and I decided to go green, black, and white with this. And for a few different reasons, mostly just because I don't like playing counterspells. I don't like playing the Hullbreaker really slow version of the deck. I think it's really powerful. It's just not my style, so I'm going to give you guys something that's more my style, because a lot of you guys watch my stuff because you guys like my style, so I'm going to keep doing my style. That's what I'm going to do. So 3 mana 3/3 Wolf. This is awesome. Whenever a permanent opponent controls is put into a graveyard from the battlefield, put a counter onto this. At the beginning of our upkeep, if Sarulf has one or more +1/+1 counters on it, I may remove all of them. If you do, exile each other non-land permanent with mana value less than or equal to the number of counters removed this way. So this gets rid of a lot of things. Wedding announcements, all of the tokens, just so many things that this can be really powerful. We do have to at least put one counter onto this, but we have lots of ways to make sure that we just have some good removal. Fateful Absence, Bloodchief's Thirst, and this is whenever it goes from the graveyard to the battlefield. So if they also sacrifice stuff from Fateful Absence, like if they sacrifice the clue, it does technically hit the graveyard first, so that can put another counter onto this. This can just be a really massive, big creature for us that can hit in through all this stuff, and so this can be a super powerful card. There's some amazing plays that are just like playing out Sarulf. People are playing out tons and tons of permanents. Naya Runes is playing out a bunch of creatures and enchantments at the 2-drop slot. So then a Culling Ritual being able to destroy each non-land permanent with mana value 2 or less is super powerful, putting a ton of counters onto Sarulf, typically erasing all of their blockers, and we can get in for 10 points of damage on that turn. On turn 4 a lot of times, because people are putting out tons of stuff really quickly, or a little bit later is still good. And then we get a bunch of free mana to be able to then cast out all of our big spells. We have things like Storm the Festival on the top end, because we have lots of planeswalkers to kind of fit in all the rest of our removal here. We don't really want to be playing stuff that's super cheap with this deck. We want to be able to play Culling Ritual. We want to be able to play out Sarulf, but we also want to be able to ramp up to everything as well. So I do have a couple things in the 2-drop slot. Azusa's Many Journeys. I was recognizing yesterday when we were playing yesterday's deck here that Augur of Autumn is a sweet card. Just being able to look at the top card of our library, being able to play the lands at the top is so powerful. I didn't want it as a 4 of. Getting multiples out wasn't as powerful for me as what I was hoping for, but Azusa being able to get out some early lands, build a gain life for us, get us a 3/3 blocker is nice. Does die to Culling Ritual, but it survives a little bit better against like Meathook Massacres potentially. Like we can go X2 and this is still going to stick on the battlefield. Pretty powerful. Professor of Symbology, just being able to let us go for learn cards. I haven't done my sideboard with my lesson cards yet. It's going to be the typical stuff. I'll do that here afterwards, but that's basically the game plan of this deck. Is let us have good early game interactions. We get to ramp up with Azusa, with Augur of Autumn, make sure we're hitting our basic lands. We have tons of basic lands because we are playing Blood on the Snow with this deck, because we have lots of planeswalkers to be able to bring back to battlefield, or just a Sarulf. This does potentially, if we get enough counters onto this, could potentially exile some of our 4 mana either enchantments or planeswalkers. That is the one downside, is if we want to be able, if we need to be triggering this off to be able to still hit in for damage and get in with Sarulf, this could potentially still get a lot of our other permanents off the battlefield. That's where playing more instants and sorceries can be a bit better, but I do like the ability to play Storm the Festival with this deck and just kind of be able to go off lots of different value, Binding of Gods, lots of just things that get value the turn they're played out. We can still go off with it, and that is the deck, guys. Yeah, we're trying to win by just getting tons of extra value, doing cool things, Culling Rituals, playing the removal that's good against the 4 right now. So we are going to be playing in Mythic with this one, and then just kind of win through extra value. Sarulf isn't needed for this game to win, but it is an extra valuable card that we have. Binding of the Gods is super powerful, just hitting so many permanents in the format right now as well. And yeah, that's it. I'm going to go build the sideboard out, and then we'll get into gameplay. Here we go. All right, here we go with this. And Nasi Bumbo Clat is who we're up against. We have a couple Culling Rituals, not really the fastest mana base. I'm not sure we can keep this. We have Duress, which can slow them down, but if we're up against an aggro deck, turn 4 is a little bit too slow, right? Without even guarantee. Yeah, so we mulligan. We need to find at least 3 lands or some ways to get more lands, which we got this one. So keep this, and we're going to drop Storm the Festival, hopefully get up to our 4 lands. Should be good. So yeah, I am playing a lot of these snow tap lands because we have the Blood in the Snow. We want to be able to do that thing. Go for Professor of Symbology. Environmental Sciences. We also have ways to tutor up basic lands quite a bit to make sure that works out. And then, of course, Binding of Gods, being able to find these cards for us. Really powerful. I like it. There is a card that would be interesting to play in this one as well, which is the 3-mana green-black cat that brings back stuff from the graveyard, because I am playing a little bit more heavy towards enchantments here. Restoration would be nice to play. I could go for the trade-off. We need to get to Binding Old Gods this next turn, though. They're going to be having some scary permanents. Let me click this. Thank you. Go there. No attacks past turn. Rune Forge Champion. All right, so they have the combo rolling. Let's see how crazy they get here on this turn. There is some value in actually just letting them go full off on a turn. Like they just have all of the runes. They get to play like 10 here, but it's not enough to kill us. And then something like a Culling Ritual, destroy the entire board. I guess not Rune Forge Champion, but like any kind of board wipe would be amazing at that point. And they may not have enough runes to keep the stuff going. They have tons of card draw though. Yeah, Rune of Speed. Yeah, there's nothing good happening about this right now. Scary stuff. 7 damage. We say no blocks. Down to 15. I guess we're keeping Jukai on the board. Lolth isn't terrible. Double binding, a couple turns in a row can be very helpful as well. Jukai's good for a lot of other stuff, just being able to play multiple things on a turn, which is in some ways worse for us. This is the bigger threat, though. Life gain's going to still be happening. No attacks past turn. All right, so black man off the top would be good. Showdown of the Scalds. Shigekis. I don't think they've played a land yet, so they do have this den. Wait, did they? They did play a land already. Roaring Earth. What does this say? Never land enters a battlefield. Well, as long as they don't have haste, we're still in okay shape. So we're gonna say no blocks again. Down to 12. No black mana, but we need to find it here. Yep, mana fixing is a beautiful thing. Plains. Binding, kill Naturalist again. We really need to find another source of removal now. No attacks, past turn. All they need is a Rune of Speed and enough spells, and we're still in a lot of trouble. They found a lot of card draw, a lot of stuff going on. I've not seen people playing this card with this. This is a way, if they have tons of mana, to bring back runes, I guess, so they can replay the free ones if they have Jukai and the Rune Forge Champion. But that still feels like a kind of funky one to have more than one of. Maybe it's just the two that they have. All right, so big threats still a coming. Lolth is going to be perfect here. My stuff has Death Touch. So we're going to go, yeah, still more black mana. Play out Forest. Let's see here. I could play Sorin and Restoration. I'm not sure how much that actually helps me here, right? Just getting this flipped around could be useful as a blocker. They get big stuff. If they have anything with Trample, having the Lifelinker can help out a bit. If they don't, then the life gain is still pretty nice. You know, actually, I think I do want Sorin here. So yeah, go Sorin. Create a Vampire. Get some lifelink going. Restoration of Eiganjo.
You will serve me well.
Pass turn. They did have Death Touch. I was debating if I wanted to see if they forgot that, swing in, see if they trade off. Cave of the Frost Dragon is the other thing that I'm wanting to be able to block here. Roaring Earth is knowing. We really need to find our board wipes. The board wipes would be amazing. Turns that back to hand. Can go grab another Showdown of the Scalds, I guess, is what they're doing. Lots of stuff to the graveyard. Ugh. Another Spirit Companion. Lots and lots of card draw with this deck, huh? Yeah, it does have trample now. So we are losing Sorin no matter what. There's not really a reason to stop this. Right? Yeah. No blocks. All right.
We're all
Professor Onyx is actually pretty sweet here. My stuff gets Death Touch. Yeah, just decline, right? Wait, was there anything in my graveyard? I guess I forgot about that. Yeah, nothing really worth getting. Maybe I should have blocked Professor just so I could have that ability. I totally forgot about that. So yeah, play out the plains. Onyx, destroy Spirited Companion.
If I won't be given a second chance.
All right, so Rune of Might still kills Professor Onyx. So we're going to swing here. I'm fine with the trade-off. Keeping at least 3 toughness back here is nice. I do want to gain life, but whatevs. Yeah, they have the ability to bring back lots of things back to their hand, which is a lot of runes I'm expecting. Runeforged Champion. Yeah, that's scary. Rune of Speed does kill Professor. So yeah, Blood in the Snow would be pretty amazing. Like, there's a lot of cards that would be really amazing that we have in this deck. You know, all of the things that we built to have removal for this. This is part of the issue. Culling Ritual is one of those cards that, like, it's so good against Naya Runes and against, like, all of the decks that are being played here, but you can't really play 4 of because there's plenty of instances when they have creatures or people still have plays that are not built around Culling Ritual. So having that as the only thing that will be popping up on turn 4 is still not good enough. So we will just jump here, keep Professor alive, gain some life. Drawing the cards is the big thing right now. Return this back to the battlefield. We have big old bodies. We have Augur. I want to see if there's a land first before I draw it here with the Professor. We also can play creatures off the top. Ooh, that's good. That's real good. Let's go into the graveyard here. It's a Blood on the Snow. Fateful Absence is good, though. All right, so now I don't think I play... Now I don't think that I play Lolth because I want to hold on to this Fateful Absence, right? Do I wait for them to play a bunch of stuff, draw more cards? How many cards do they have in the library? A lot. Gain some life here. I'm giving them a chance to draw right now as the biggest issue. We know that they have Cave of the Frost Dragon as well that can kill the Professor. I'm going to go a little bit more aggressive now. Sacrifices, draws. Huh. Yeah, maybe I should wait until the next turn. Having them try to cast a bunch of stuff to have them not go for the cave would actually be better for us. Spirited Companion. Yeah. I messed up. It's all good.
If anyone needs me, don't.
All right. Oh man, I need one more creature power level to get Sarulf off the top here with the Augur of Autumn. I can draw it and play it, which is still really good in this matchup, right? So I think that's... We know that they have the flyer over the top. If they play the lands out, they can get bigger as well. I'm drawing this anyway the next turn, right? I'm just debating if I want to try to go ahead of that schedule here. Create some spiders. Is this arena going slow, or is this the opponent? I can't really tell. Okay, there it is. Sometimes it freezes, and I'm never quite sure which is when. At least the game crashing is improving. Typically, whenever the game crashes... Sorry, I had the game crash on me when I was recording another video. I've recorded 4 today now. So, sorry if I might be talking about some previous videos right now. But Normally, I lose all of my emotes every time that goes away. Can't really attack in. No attacks past turn. I would love to find a Wanderer. Wanderer, like, we have so many good cards for this matchup. And we've been playing with basically all the ones that are still good in this matchup, but, like, are the worst for this matchup. And so, yeah, a little bit funky here so far. The other thing, too, is we kind of built up our board to be kind of bad against our top decks, potentially as well, like a Culling Ritual or whatever else. All right, so there is a 5/5. They could try to... I mean, they have tons of cards in hand. They've got to have ways to just build up the Spirited Companion, right? We still have plenty of toughness to be able to kill it pretty easily, but they can kill a lot of our stuff. That builds up the Lolth, that's fine. Surprised they didn't put the counter onto this Cave of the Frost Dragon, because then we couldn't have just double blocked and killed it. Just bringing everything back to hand. They're going to have to discard at the end of turn here. Several things. They have Borrowed Time, which is a little bit scurry. Okay, land off the top. I love having the Augur for that. Ooh, that's big. Okay, draw, lose 1 life.
To bargain with me.
Binding off the top as well, that we know we're getting. All right, so I'm going to get Sarulf out first. So, Sarulf, Storm, we get Binding, we get Restoration. Getting just Meathook out to be able to gain some life could be a good way to go as well. Azusa to gain some life isn't bad. Let's go Restoration though. It's just a good card. Can I choose not to search for this? Because I like the one around top, but it's not gonna work, is it? Okay, destroy you. Sarulf gets the counter onto it. 2 counters actually here. Yeah, already got all of our planes out of the deck. Yep, 2 permanents gone. Now I can always exile 2 things 2 or less from here on out. Cave can kill Lolth. I forgot to keep back my flying blocker, but life total's pretty low now. They have to deal with that now. Borrow Time. Sarulf, yeah. Makes sense. We have another Storm the Festival on this next turn as well, though. All of our stuff has Death Touch, so just having blockers isn't going to do a ton. That's like all their mana to do this. Gain some life off of it. Okay. Have they played a land yet?
You win this round, but I'll be.
There's a Culling Ritual. Finally, off the top there is a Culling Ritual. We've been wanting that card this entire matchup. But it's bad once we finally get out all of our stuff, right? But anyway, all right, that was good though. I like how this deck is playing out. Pretty solid. All right, yeah, pretty perfect hand. I like Professor turn 2. Some other slow stuff, but we get some free land plays as well. So I actually might play that turn 2 now. Woodland Chasm, go past turn. Yep, and just trying to get to this Wandering Emperor. And Culling Ritual. Yeah, all right. All of the things are really powerful here. All right, so go Azusa. Many journeys. We like a journeying. Out land, pass turn. Great start. All right, Thalia is annoying, but manageable to an extent. Fateful Absence, kill it. We just need to be able to find the land, I think. So we're going to play out Professor. Culling Ritual, I think, is what we're trying to get to. This matchup, or Blood on the Snow. Any way to make us survive to that point is good. So Environmental Sciences didn't hit another land there. That's really what we were needing, is a land on that turn to make sure that we could stay ahead on board. All right. Swings in. Do I just trade off with this right away, or have a way to block this later? We have Fateful Absence for the Thalia or the Adeline. I think Adeline's the thing we probably just got to kill, right? So we're just hoping... Come on, land. There we go. Good, good, good. We have a blocker for the Thalia now. And so... I think I let them go to combat, but then kill the Adeline. Just getting to this Culling Ritual is not terrible either. No, okay, so... Past turn... I don't want them to play another Adeline out and then have it. So let's just go Intrepid Adversary. All right, so they're gonna spend the mana here. So they get to swing in with Thalia. That's the biggest issue now, is they get to swing in with Thalia. But Culling Ritual still kills here, so we have to hit land, though, to make this work. So do I chump? No blocks. Ah, there it is. All right, so we didn't find the land that we needed. Do I think I can get them to block here? I highly doubt it. We have to find land at the moment. All right, so we'd at least gain some life here. Grabbing a... We have 2 of everything at the moment. Multiples of white, so green or black. We're just not holding a black source up right now, so might as well do that. Man, where's all of our lands? We have so many lands in this deck. I think we have like 26. Maybe I think I brought it back down to 24 because we could have so many ways to find them as well. Just hold back for blocker. No attacks, pass the turn. All right. Brutal Cathar and that kind of stuff is what's not good for us right here. Wandering Emperor, I'm kind of okay with. Culling Ritual still is just... Yeah.
We've got the edge in this fight.
And yeah, we chomp. Take the damages. Dude, come on, give us more stuff. I really wish that I could play out Culling Ritual and be able to cast this Fateful Absence now as well. But we're gonna have to tap down all of our white sources to use this. This has been so frustrating with not being able to find extra lands. We had so much ramp in the beginning. All right, yeah, I don't think we can do anything but this, but it's just not as beautiful as it could be, you know? Add 3 mana and have nothing to cast. Oh, brutal. And it's not like our deck is super expensive either. Like, we have still a ton of our deck in the 2 to 3 mana slot. Only 1 spell a turn. All right, so Blood in the Snow would be amazing. Of course not. But then it gets worse with this. We can only play 1 spell a turn. Lolth is pretty powerful as the 1 spell. It might force him to spend everything at us, which then if we find the Blood in the Snow, we're still in pretty good shape. Yeah, so do this. Last turn.
My will cannot be denied.
Another Thalia is terrifying.
I have got new moves to teach you.
So I believe they can bring the token in attacking Lolth as well. Oh, sweet. They go everything at Lolth. Beautiful. All right, so we definitely just want to kill something here. And so I think it's this guy. Playing Sarulf and then Wandering Emperor is interesting. We can kill all of the tokens
I am merely delayed.
on the next turn, even if we don't find lands. Come on! What the junk is going on with this deck? I can't play 2 spells, so I can't play Sarulf and the Fateful Absence. This is brutal. I can kill you, play out Sarulf, and then they still have everything? Dude, what are our odds to find lands right now? It is... 15 cards deep. Tutored up 2 lands already, I think. All we need to do is be able to try to survive to this Blood in the Snow, right? Blood in the Snow is still powerful. They've already used one way to avoid stuff. Wandering Emperor gain life is not a terrible play. Just Fateful Absence. I can kill this and play out the Sarulf, and that at least gives us a shot. So we kill this first. It's just frustrating, but yeah. Then we play out Sarulf. It's a blocker for the Samurai, for the tokens. Anytime a token dies, Sarulf comes back, and then we have to destroy all tokens again, you know? And so it's a good play here. We never even have to tap it down. The issue is Adeline. We can't really compare to the Adeline. I'm glad they held off. They didn't do that the right pacing. Cave the Frost Dragon, let them go aggro. Holy crap, good draw. Come on, land for Blood in the Snow. We need it now. Oh boy, oh boy. Dude, this has been brutal. They have found everything and we have been floundering like crazy, not being able to find this extra land. Have to block here. Still take so much damage. Oh, the frustration. Come on. If this is not a land here, it's going to be a tapped land, probably. We do have a lot of those. Yes! Okay, good, 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 good. Destroy all creatures. All the snow manas. Okay, what are we going to bring back here? I think it's got to be Lolth, right? Sarulf is really good, though. But it doesn't really create the threat that I'm looking for. Nor does it block the Cave of the Frost Dragon, which can get a counter onto it, right? So yeah, we have to bring out the Lolth. They are tapped out.
Aren't I generous?
We get to chump Luminarch Aspirant. 2 counters onto this Cave of the Frost Dragon.
May your blade strike
Okay.
true.
Oh man. All right. We got to Blood in the Snow. Life is okay. From here on out, things get better. Okay, we get 2 chances to find a land with this. I need to keep white sources available. Augur of Autumn. Draw that to hand. That's a good draw. And we found the land. Yes! Yes, 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 yes. All right. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay, pass turn. Yeah, yeah. Pass. Wandering Emperor is going to be great. We're at 5, though. That is a big issue. They're still drawing decent cards. We will probably just go for this Blood in the Snow, though, after trying to kill Wandering Emperor. I'm hoping they go a little bit more aggressive here.
Let your blade do the talking.
Then we can go grab our Sarulf. I actually might let Lolth die so I can bring it back here, because having more spiders is actually a big deal. I want the spiders back, and I can kind of do that with having our stuff die and recasting, but you know, whatever. All right, so do they attack in? No, they do not. We go Wandering Emperor.
I am the Emperor of Kamigawa, and I will protect my people.
Menacing guys with first strike can be pretty powerful. Do I still go Blood in the Snow here? I think I kind of got to. Storm the Festival off the top is great with the Lolth. That's also great for just next turn as well. So they have to bring out Cave of the Frost Dragon to have a chance to block and not lose their Wandering Emperor, right? So here, let's just do this. Let's go counter onto you.
Strike fast and strike hard.
I'll attack at Wandering Emperor. Our Seth is dying, so I get to still use Lolth here. We're just trying to kill the Wandering Emperor beforehand. Perfect. If they're blocking there at all, then they didn't even activate the cave. They're just letting it die. Good stuff. Do I want to try to keep this alive? Doesn't really matter, right? Yeah. Perfect.
I'll be back.
I will get what I want.
Blood in the Snow. Destroy all creatures. I've not used Lolth yet. Perfect. We get to grab a... Man, do I want the Augur of Autumn? Professor's pretty good too. Sarulf is awesome though, in so many ways. Potential... Professor of Symbology is pretty powerful. It gives us another flying blocker with some other plays here. Let's go Sarulf, though. Sarulf. Loyalty onto Lolth. -3. All right. Turn the corner. Let's see how well they top deck. How well we can keep playing here. Cave of the Frost Dragon is bad. All right, so we're gonna start creating, I think, samurais. Actually, they do have ways to buff this up, so maybe, man, I don't want to lose too much life here. Let's go Storm the Festival. Binding doesn't do a whole lot, but I guess it's better than just hitting a land because our stuff, Death Touch potentially could be good. Also, just ramping up to it is still powerful. Ooh, how low can I go with this? Great One Samurai. Do you want to try to keep the pace up a little bit here? Can't really attack in yet. I should have put the counter onto Sarulf, actually. That was a misplay. Draw, lose life.
Oh yes, I know the knowledge.
All right, now I have the Wandering Emperor to kill this Cave of the Frost Dragon. Is that worth losing my other Wandering Emperor here? It's funky. I think it is worthwhile, though. Played everything. At the same time, though, I could have... yeah, it's fine. We have another Storm the Festival in the next turn. I'm trying to just get... I'm trying to be able to go as aggressive as possible. Them losing Cave of the Frost Dragon lets me be more aggressive, depending on their draws, of course. Decline. Yes, decline there. Restoration's kind of interesting. Counter onto Samurai. Want my Vigilance guys to be able to attack through this cave here. Back in. Can I draw and lose even more life? I mean, the more value is good, right? Down to 3. No way they can have 2 removal spells here, right? Right? Ways to gain life. I'm all about that. All right, so now we... do I want to get this out first? Yeah, I do. Azusa. We're going to go grab the additional land to play this turn. Play it out. Gaining some life next turn. Good stuff. Last planes, throw it out there. Huzzah. Alright, this is feeling sweet. Dude, this deck has been cool. Not activating the cave. Yeah, we still have several turns to actually have to win here. Decline again. Gain the life first. Culling Ritual is fun. Not useful yet, though, until this thing's gonzoed. You know, actually, yeah, I guess that's what it's useful for. Discard it to be able to bring back Professor of Symbology. Or these use it, but I think I just want this. To be able to learn, grab non-land permanent. With the past, let's see here. I think it's just the Mascot Exhibition. More creatures now, or big plays potentially, but I might double up on Lolth or something like that, right? So I think it's Mascot Exhibition we go for. We just do this whenever we need to. When we have stuff in hand, we don't need to. Counter onto you.
We've got the edge in this fight.
I think I can probably draw now. Brings out the cave. Double blocking the Sarulf. They're not double blocking Sarulf. They're just going chumpy. Counter onto that. Yeah. Cool. More counters. Yeah, we'll draw now.
My hatred lives.
There we go. We got the scoop. All right. That was sweet. Yeah, I didn't think they had anything that they could draw at that point, but yeah. Mono white always finds a way. I'm always terrified. Good game. All right. We don't have black mana. We do have ramp and life gain. We have a lot of basic lands as issues. Like, we still have a chance to find extra plains, extra forests, but so like, we only have one card we can actually play, but a lot of good stuff if we find black mana or an extra white source. It's a little bit risky. We also have the risk with this deck to mulligan into a bunch of just 3s and 4 drops. And so I'm going to try the Azusa as many journeys when I have it. Opponent's mulligan like 3 times now. So, see, this is the value of keeping opening hands sometimes. As opponent, especially in best of 1, I think in best of 1 especially, you try to get the best hand that you can. You try to keep as many cards in your hand as you can. And having Augur of Autumn with this, oh boy. Next turn we get to play it out and potentially find the land off the top. So this means 2 cards off the top to try to find the land that we need. So good. Finding, yeah, and we really need to find answers fast too, though. That's the other issue. Come on, please be a land off the top. Not a black source, but okay, there it is. There's a black source, and we have Wandering Emperor. Okay, life is good. Life is phenomenal right now. I love this combo of Azusa and Augur of Autumn. Is so good. I'm not sure how many copies is right to be playing with this card, though, right? This deck only has 2. It is really nice to have in the early game, but it requires 2 green sources. And that's really hard to do in the early game. Like, we have basic lands. Typically, I wouldn't be able to play this. Not very consistently. So what we need to find is a Culling Ritual. That is what this deck wants to find here. Meathook Massacre would be interesting, although, yeah, we don't have the mana for that. Binding kill Jukai, but Weaver might be a better hit. Yeah, no blocks. I don't know why they were holding off on that. Maybe just seeing if they wanted to defend or not. All right. Sarulf is also a semi-interesting one here. I have Wandering Emperor, so I can like play Sarulf first, try to get this up to 2 counters with binding and with whatever else I try to find along the way, just chump blocking. And if this can survive a couple turns, oodalolly, you know, then life is phenomenal. But leaving this out for a turn is pretty scary. You know what, we're gonna try it out. I'm playing for fun. I don't think this is necessarily the right play. But I am gonna try it out here. Going for the safe play, just playing out Binding on Gods, getting the ramp to make sure that I can actually play out Storm the Festival to try to get more stuff, Wandering Emperor and potentially other things that helps us find my black mana. And so the Binding on Gods is probably the right play, but I kind of want to see just how good Sarulf early on is here. All right, so this is the other side too. I knew they had Weaver of Harmony. Being able to Binding on Gods onto them taking an entire turn to do this, it is another pretty cool play for us. Getting potentially extra ETB effects, whatnot. Taking the 3, no blocks. Hopefully find a land off the top. There it is. It is there. Yeah, so binding. Get back the Sarulf. Attacks. It would have been cool if we had an extra land to play there before this, but I still don't have black mana. We will get extras there. I'm letting him have a lot of time to do stuff. This is the biggest issue. Culling Ritual would be amazing. Yeah, any kind of board wipe is what we're looking for now. We have ways to start drawing with these planeswalkers. Blood on the Snow needs a black source, and so it's actually not going to be on top anymore. Doesn't matter anymore because we're grabbing this. So now what do we have on top? That's the question. All right. I have enough for Storm. Festival. I think we do need to do this. Oh yeah. Wait. Not super amazing. We do gain life over just playing lands, although this 2 of these could get us to an extra Storm the Festival faster. It also gets him out of the deck. 3/3 blockers are pretty swell though. Play an additional land. There's the land. All right, cool. Fast turn. Man, I just need one thing to be destroyed. The issue is Wandering Emperor doesn't trigger for the Sarulf. So what I was looking for there was Binding Old Gods. I was really hoping that Storm the Festival would let us get to some bindings, which one more land gets us there this next turn. It's everything onto the Jukai. That's cool. We will just be chomping, which means you don't get to get the land off the top. Oh no! Man, we're close to dead now, aren't we? Yeah. So many board wipes in this deck. Come on. Let us just find a couple. Just one or dose, you know. We know we're not getting it off the top now. Yeah. Counter there. All the damages down to 4. Dude, we have so many answers and things for this deck. How much mana do I have? I have Lolth and Wandering Emperor, which does gain us life. Blockers are good.
We will slay our enemies.
Do I get rid of the Jukai Naturalist now, or do I let so Michiko can put something onto it again? The Bloodchief's Thirst is also powerful. Getting like rid of Weaver is pretty good. This just means that there's something that's definitely going to get through for the next turn. So I guess we wait. We hold off to Wandering Emperor. This just lets him play something cheap. And potentially get like Lair of the Hydra hitting in or something. They've got to be suspecting the Wandering Emperor now, right? Still puts everything there. I am going to exile this before I go to blocks to make sure that I know that this is actually going to get stopped here. Whoa, okay, cool. So they get to target something else here, which is terrifying. Totally fine. We're fine losing a creature. Levels up. Okay. I think they're attacking with just the 2 big guys here. Yeah, they don't have enough for anything else. Not really. All right, so yeah, Wandering Emperor. This is what we're saying. We are doing this. Get out of the way.
Anyone who harms
Exiling Jukai.
You're done.
Chomping. Sorin for some life gain. Extra blockers. Yeah, more blockers there. Do I have enough to go off with this? Oh. Finding another Wandering Emperor could be pretty nice.
I have got new moves to
I want this Bloodchief's Thirst, and I want the Sorin. So I guess the question is just, am I drawing a card right now with this first, just to see what else we can do? Because if we can do one other thing on this turn, it makes it better. I could Sword of the Festival, try to find a black, like an untapped black land, and I can still Bloodchief's Thirst and kill something that way too. But I think we got to play it a little bit safer. Let's just go Sorin, gain the life that we need. Create the Vampire. Bloodchief's Thirst.
You can deal with my servant.
This guy's annoying. I don't have the extra black source to kill it, do I? The issue is if they find another containment thing with Weaver. Yeah, we Bloodchief thirst you. No attacks. Fast turn. All right. We're in better shape. Better shape. Opponent scoops. Whoa, they were at such high life total. I mean, we had... They didn't have the ability to kill, I think, any of our planeswalkers. And so that was really big. All right, cool. Dude, this deck... It's terrifying because I feel like we're just not drawing the things that we need always. But like it still is working. Like we're finding enough, and that's awesome. All right, guys, we went 3-0 with this deck. We were on the play all 3 times, which is, you know, abnormal for me. So good stuff there. We played against Naya Runes. We played up against Mono White and SELESNYA. 3 really, really powerful decks that are definitely huge in the format. We didn't play up against ORZHOV. There's a couple other decks that we definitely would like to have seen this deck up against. But overall, it worked out super great. I liked how this was just playing out. Dude, Augur of Autumn is huge value. It is so good to be able to just play out the lands off the top of our deck to make sure that we're getting to more action more often. Having card draw between planeswalkers to kind of make sure, okay, I can choose what I'm drawing to draw a card to then potentially find an extra land for Augur of Autumn. I like Sarulf, where it's just a big threat that they have to deal with if they don't. You know, it's good, and we have the ability to bring it back to Blood in the Snows. We have plenty of other threats as well, so this is just a good, you know, a 3/3 creature is something that blocks a lot of stuff as well. So it's good. I like this. Augur is sweet. Azusa kind of for the same reason there. I liked Professor of Symbology as well. Just having another creature that's a 2/1 so that they're having to, you know, this can block a lot of things as well. There's lots of ways to get around it, but it also just sets up for everything else. We had plenty of ways to fix our mana. Even though we have so many basic lands in this deck for all the snow lands, but it just felt good. So yeah, this deck is good. The biggest thing we never really got to see was the Duress. I feel like Duress is super important against some matchups, but I'm debating if I want this or just more Fateful Absences, you know, more, you know, maybe more Professors of Symbology, more Augurs, or whatever. Duress is super powerful against certain matchups for us, but there's also just a lot of other plays we can go for. So I wasn't sure what was the best way to do that. We could also have brought in maybe another board wipe. Blood in the Snow, I liked being at the 6 mana slot. We were ramping up, so we had a chance to do it, but we were still hitting, like, stopping at 4 or 5 mana way too often and not being able to get there. Or we had, like, the Meathook Massacre. I'm not sure if Duress, 2 copies of Duress is the right play. I think in some matchups it is, maybe being more competitive, but I think there's another side of, when you're just playing for fun and not in a super competitive like tournament style, Duress is powerful. It's a good card, but you're up against more variety at times when you're just playing in normal free play, best of 1, whatever. And so then having just more powerful cards that are just like, I am doing this thing, is pretty good. Duress definitely helps you, is always a good one to have against the matchups right now. It hits so many things. It can hit lands. It can hit, you know, 2-drop plays all the time, which are typically creatures instead. And so Duress is just a super powerful card against even creature decks. But so is Meathook Massacre, and having a second copy of this might be a lot better, you know, or more of these other things, you know, another restoration, more reasons to play. Like, so maybe it's like up a restoration, up a Meathook Massacre, and maybe up a Professor of Symbology with taking out something else, just to make it more consistent. We were definitely needing an extra board wipe in this deck, it felt like, and we didn't quite have it. So that's my thoughts. That's my thoughts on the review of this deck. I think it's a really powerful one. I think it's fun. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks so much, and bye-bye.